One of the most common problems for people who take up meditation is that they end up overthinking. It means that once their eyes are closed, then it's an all you can eat buffet for the mind. It means that everything and anything in the world seems to pass through the eyes of the mind of the person meditating. When the sensory organs are shut down, then the memories start flooding into the mind. How this actually occurs is that one memory triggers another memory, which triggers another memory, and so on. Then each memory triggers a particular feeling. It could be one of regret, disappointment, anger, frustration, sadness, you name it. Now, this cocktail of old memories and intense feelings is not going to help you stay seated and meditate. The good news is that this occurs in everybody except the psychopath, I guess, who doesn't have any feelings or any sense of regret or remorse at all. The rest of us who are humans will live a life which is less than perfect. In that life, we have been wronged many times and we have wronged many times. Many of the past memories that we have about good events and bad events, especially, have not been processed, and we have not found closure to at least 50% of our negative experiences. Somehow we have brushed all the dust below the carpet instead of throwing it out. What I'm trying to prove to you is that overthinking is normal. It is bound to happen. On top of that, we have our own clever thinking mind, which cannot stop making plans and analyzing and judging. So you can imagine the inferno that is going on inside the mind when the eyes are closed, all memories flooding in, and a relentless mind working overdrive. In a later chapter, I will talk about what is actually that we call the mind and what it is composed of. For now, that will suffice, and I will just give you a brief introduction on the third component, which is intelligence. As I just stated earlier, the memories keep bombarding, old missiles, bombs, you name it, and the mind is pumping new energy inside the brain. And besides that, there is something called intelligence, which is trying to decipher which among all those memories are useful and not useful, and how to categorize them. So this intelligence is also having to work overdrive when you are meditating, because so much information is coming, and intelligence is about filtering those information so that the mind and the memory is not overwhelmed. Now that was the intelligence intake. Similarly, there is the intelligence output, where the intelligence has got to make decisions on what to do now. It will make various options, make some analysis based on the work of the mind, and guide the mind towards a particular option which will be finalized. But because there is so much going on inside the mind at this time, the intelligence most of the time cannot come with a concrete decision on exactly what to do. This mixture of old memories, thoughts, and feelings, and information filtering, as well as decisions to make, makes meditation almost hellish. This is one of the main reasons why people are afraid to meditate. Most people are not trained to close their eyes and let all those forces play havoc inside them. I would say that the main reason for most people to quit meditation is this particular problem. Unfortunately, most meditation gurus do not even brush on this topic of overthinking, and instead they recommend meditation to use as a remedy for overthinking. It is like saying the remedy for overeating is going to all you can eat buffet that is paid up by somebody else. The reality is that in order for you to meditate, you must first solve the problem of overthinking. That cannot be done seriously by just sitting down and closing your eyes and do whatever you are told, like focus on your breathing, being mindful, etc. You need to have special tools, special techniques based on solid principles to solve this problem of overthinking. You have to do it while being aware, not while being unconscious in meditation. First of all, it is not possible to reach a state of unconsciousness in meditation that easily, and without managing overthinking, forget it. It's never going to happen, not even the theta state, which is the extremely relaxed state of meditation. The mind is like a baby that is always crying, being hungry, or having pooed or peed. So you who is meditating is thus like the mother. It's almost impossible to ignore the cries of the baby. So continuing on this analogy, the solution is to make this baby grow up into an adult. That takes time, and there are certain processes. I have written a book on how to manage overthinking. You can take a look at it. In that book, I mention the symptoms, the cause, the remedy, and various case studies about overthinking. If you are serious about meditation, then I highly recommend that you read this book, because I have laid out all the theories, the principles, and the processes to stop overthinking. I can't go through all the content of the book right here, because it's not the objective of this particular book. However, one thing is for sure, that if you don't have the tools to control your overthinking, then you cannot meditate to the fullest extent. That said, some of us are born with the knowledge of how to manage overthinking. The techniques that I describe in my book are not some techniques devised by scientists in a lab, but they are the codification of my own natural instinct to solve that particular problem of overthinking. I believe that most of the great meditators knew this knowledge that I expounded in that book by birth, or they derived it through logical thinking. However, most of the people will not be able to do that. Some people can be Newton, some people can be Einstein, but not everybody can be Newton and not everybody can be Einstein. That is why they have left behind monumental works in the form of laws and formulas, which other people like us who are not natural geniuses in that particular subject still able to learn about them and use them to solve our daily problems. So yes, I highly recommend you take a look at my book on how to manage overthinking. If you look at the internet and do a Google search, writing the various meditation techniques, it will show you around 22 meditation techniques. Some sites will list out 18, others 8. And then when you read the book by Osho Rajanish, he will say that he has created himself 112 meditation techniques. To add even more confusion, in many meditation books, the writers talk about thousands of meditation techniques. So it is obvious that the novices in meditation will be super confused. First, they have no clue of what is meditation, except that they are just pulled like by gravity towards it. And then they are told that there are thousands or 22 meditation techniques. Then when they go to the bookshop or on an Amazon, and the most popular books talk about mindful meditation, transcendental meditation. That makes basically 2 types of meditation. And then they're totally dumbfounded. Out of curiosity and out of this desire to learn meditation, people eventually join a meditation center where they are taught one particular meditation technique. They are told that this is the only valid, time-tested meditation that elevated their master from a mere mortal to a divine figure. Some people are courageous enough to not believe in the pitch of that guru, and they shop around. After testing the various meditation techniques, they are confused because each of them seem radically different than the other. On top of that, you have to add the various philosophies and theology and mythology that is tied with the particular meditation technique. This further confuses people beyond measure. In this book, I want to demystify this plurality of meditation techniques. In the respective chapter, I will weave all the meditation techniques that are currently popular in the world, which are mainly 20 around, into a necklace that will beautify you. What the gurus of earlier times failed to do was to unify all those meditation techniques into a single theory. Through my extensive research and practice, I have been able to come up with a unified theory of meditation. I'll be talking more about this unified theory the subsequent chapter, but for now I just want to say that this gives a great promise to all the aspiring meditators that you will not get lost in the jungle of meditation. In that theory, I have made it easy for you to identify which technique you should use in which stage of your spiritual awakening. I have also described how you can identify when it is a time to drop the old technique and embrace a new technique. All I can tell you is that none of the 20 plus techniques are bad or useless, and none of them are unique and perfect. Each technique has its time in space and time. So the real challenge is not about the particular technique, but it's about being detached enough to be able to quit a particular meditation technique or even a guru or even a philosophy in order to embrace a new one, not because of some personal issues like character or personality of the guru or even of the circle of meditators. No, the letting go must be because of the internal call for change. That can occur when everything is going perfect, and that might not occur despite everything being chaotic around because time hasn't come for you to drop that particular technique. It is also very hard for the gurus and the teachers of that particular meditation technique. They have to accept that whatever they are teaching is limited. Unless they are practicing kind of unified meditation like me, then they must allow their students to move on and take on new meditation practices. That is very, very hard, both emotionally and financially. On top of that, these gurus should not be taking in certain types of people at certain meditation stages because that meditation technique that they are teaching isn't suitable for them. But of course, how could they lose business? So these are the various challenges of the meditation techniques concept whereby you should adopt them and drop them, adopt them and drop them, adopt them and drop them, and so on. Finally, coming to the thousands of meditation techniques, all I have to tell you is that in my own meditation, which is the unified meditation technique, I have to devise meditation techniques different from one another for each person. And in my own life, I have designed thousands and thousands of meditation techniques based on the current blockage that I had been facing in my meditation. So, to know more, read on.